Welcome to Listen. This would be a small sort of attempt from my side, and I, being Asad Siddique, trying to start a new, not movement, not anything special, but just I would like to talk, um, to people, not myself. My goal is actually to talk as little as possible on the show, but what I would like is to feature artists and entrepreneurs and thinkers and shakers and movers and makers and just people who are doing things, people who inspire me, and they just happen to be around. They could be my mother, my father, could be my friends at university, could be people I know back from high school, could be anyone really. It doesn't really matter. And the point of this is to listen. That literally why the name of the show is Listen. It's not even I did consider making this a video kind of thing, but I intentionally have kept it an audio only format because, again, the point is to listen. I am shooting this straight off my iPhone, just on voice memos. There's nothing special going on here. So the audio quality is not top notch or whatever, but again, just listen. There are words being spoken. You don't need, these high quality, next level audio equipment. All you need is to listen. There are words and you have ears. And you also have a brain. And I'm assuming that the three of those combined, something special should come out. The format of the show basically goes about to 5 questions. 5 questions being, who are you? Where are you from? What are you doing? Another one, and then there's like I know what I'm doing. All right, don't worry about it. Basically, 5 questions, and each of those questions have sub questions. So, for example, the first one, who are you? We go on to what defines you first as a person. So, suppose I ask a certain individual, I'm like, who are you? And they're like, oh, my name is blah blah blah, and I'm like, all right, what defines you? What do you do in terms of your, like, what do you define yourself as? Are you an artist? Are you this? Are you that? And they go on. So that would take about 2 to 3 minutes to really define who they are. After that, we go to where are you from, and then we go on to questions. Again, in that subheading, that little section would be about what places they sort of feel home at. Are again, we are all mostly living in Dubai, but everyone's got a home country, and everyone's got countries that they just relate with. Some people are really into Japanese culture, some people are really into African stuff, some people feel close to home, and some people are just interested in other cultures. A lot of people are into Jamaican stuff. That's a thing. People relate to things that just not necessarily are from their own cultures, and that's something I want to dive into if we can. And then, of course, I want to talk about the work that they do. So that would be, what are you doing? And here's the one that excites me a lot, is what are you doing? Because there are lots of people around here who run pages, who make music, who write poetry, who run apps, who are studying, who just the craziest kind of things, and these people are just so special, and they're doing so much already. They've got this head that just says go, and I want to know exactly how that kind of ticks, and I want people to listen to that kind of thing. I want people to listen to each other. I want people to understand each other. I want people to really get in there and understand that there's another person who's alive, who is talking things that they've experienced, that they've understood, that they've accumulated so much knowledge that they should really be, at least paying an ear, and that's kind of the idea. What are you doing refers to what are you doing right now? What are some previous projects that you're very proud of? What are your future upcoming projects, and what is your kind of dream sort of accomplishment? What's the one thing that you want to be known for, if that's kind of something we can get into, God willing. Another one is, who and what are your influences? And again, this question is very interesting to me because this is where we understand basically whatever you're doing right now, where does that stem from? So it becomes a question of, what are your favorite quotes? Who are your favorite personalities? What movies inspire you? What music inspires you? What people inspire you? Who are the people around you that push you? All that kind of stuff. All that really, really awesome, good stuff. It's, to me, again, depending on person to person, this could just be so, so, so awesome. If not for anyone else, at least for me. And then there's a 5th one, which basically says, how would you like to finish? How would you like to finish? Again, final messages from the featured guest, and the featured guest would basically finish however they'd like to. They could go on a rant if they want. They can talk about anything they'd like to say to any viewers, anyone who shares their interests, anyone any special shout outs, anything they'd like to get into, to be very honest, and how they'd like to finish. And all around, I think the show should last 10 minutes a pop, 10 minutes one episode. And if we go beyond that, then, well, too bad for you. Not really. It should be a fun time. It should be a fun, intrinsic insight into people's minds. And again, it should be great to just sort of plug people's hard work and efforts. I really think that it's important. It's important to know your local heroes. We have a lot of people around here who are just doing so much crazy stuff, and we're not giving them the proper push. We're not giving them that sense of community. We're not giving them that sense of we're here, we're listening, we're supporting you, we're right behind you. Just keep doing what you're doing. And I think that's the kind of thing I want to start instilling into people. The show is set up so that we have 5 main questions, but among these 5 main questions, you can get so much intrinsic information from these people who are just doing so much with their lives, or at least I think they're doing so much with their lives, or at the very least they have so much important things to say and so much important things that we need to hear, and we need to, wait for it, listen to. No? Okay. But my point is that I want to take some time out with some really awesome people so that they can talk to some other really awesome people. Those really awesome people would be you, the listeners, the ones who are tuning in every other week or every other day, and just getting in touch with these really, really, really cool individuals. And I don't see why not you could be one of those individuals someday. That's all for now. This was just a test run. I may or may not upload this. I may or may not be showing this to you if I'm interested in having you on as a guest. If I'm interested in having you on as one of the first few people on Listen. Till then, I would like to give you my sincere salam and cheers, and my sincere gratitude for listening. Anyway, thank you so much, and I will see you soon, I'm hoping. Until then, just remember to